IF39, and my husband, M41, have been married for almost 17 years and have 3 kids together, F13, M11, and F9. Like the title says, my husband cheated on me by getting full-body massages with a happy ending. He lied, hid it from me, and bought nude pictures of women online. This was going on for about a year and a half before I found out. I lost my wallet on a Saturday last month and went to look for it Sunday, but could not find it. I remembered I had an AirTag in it, so I followed the AirTag. It led me to a hotel parking lot where I instantly noticed a familiar car. My husband's car was parked there, I know his license plate letters, when he was supposed to be at work. I messaged him and said, "Hey, I think I left my wallet in your car. Can you go check?" He messaged 20 minutes later that he had parked at his work's faraway parking lot and would check soon. I knew that was a lie since I was parked right next to his car at the hotel. So I waited a half hour for him to get back to his car before I decided to leave. I went home and grabbed the extra car keys to his car so I could grab my wallet and go home. I decided to leave the AirTag from my wallet in his car so I could track him. He happened to video call me when he got back to his work. I looked at the background of the video and saw he was walking through his work. I confronted him and said, "Hey, I found my wallet in your car. What were you doing at a hotel when you were supposed to be at work?" He knew he was caught and immediately started apologizing. He said he made a huge mistake and didn't want to lose me. He tried to explain, but I told him no. I don't want to hear it, and I hung up. I waited for him to get home from work so I could ask him a million questions. He told me everything I think. His excuse was he was stressed and needed to get full-body massages with a happy ending. He said this had been happening for about a year. I was completely shocked and stunned. I was somewhat relieved to know that he was not having an emotional relationship with anyone and that it was a random lady every time he got a massage and no oral or sex, so he says. That still did not make it okay. I know that my husband and I have been stuck in a dead bedroom for years. I thought he had a low libido and did not want sex. I was furious and jealous when I found out he was getting the massages. I have a high libido and wanted to be the one touching him and giving him massages. I felt so betrayed. I had trusted him to stay faithful when I myself was struggling to stay faithful. So many things came to my mind. Do I leave him? Part of me was so hurt and to just leave. I wanted to pack up the kids and move out of state to start over and just forget about my husband. The other part of me wanted to stay and try to work through this somehow. We talked for what seems like 2 days straight. We communicated more in those 2 days than I think we have in the past 17 years. We told each other everything that we had been afraid to tell each other for so long. We each were worried about what each other would have thought if confronted about the dead bedroom. I told him I had a lower libido once I got pregnant with our first kid, and then the second, and then the third, and that it didn't really come back much. Especially since we had 3 young kids running around, I was exhausted. Since he worked all the time, I felt like I was by myself raising the kids. I understand he had to work a lot to support us, and I am grateful for that. However, I still felt alone, and he didn't help out much as far as changing diapers or even giving me a break from the kids. I mean, I had 3 C-sections, and he rarely helped while I was recovering from that. I told him I noticed my libido came back high about 2 years ago. I thought about sex a lot and would masturbate a lot. When I tried to watch couples porn, it just made me sad, and I felt that he rarely wanted sex unless he had a few drinks. That seemed to be the only time that we would be intimate and have sex. It happened only when he was drunk, and I started to think maybe I was taking advantage of him. I told myself I would not initiate sex if he had more than 2 drinks. Well, I realized he'd always have more than 2 drinks, so I just stopped initiating sex. After finding out he cheated, like I said, we talked a lot. Apparently, I was wrong about him having a low libido, and he wanted me all along. I didn't know that, so the more we talked, I found out he had a high libido as well and had masturbated a lot. It's been about a month since my husband cheated. Since then, he has cut up all his credit and debit cards except for one that we share. I can view every transaction and everything he buys. He has vowed to change and give up drinking because apparently he's been drinking more than I thought. He would drink after work and then drive home drunk. He would hide how much he was drinking so I didn't know. So far, he's been sober a month. He has also deleted all social media apps except for Facebook. He was viewing and buying nude pictures from influencers. I am still working on trusting him again and have kept an AirTag in his car for the last month. I put it in his car the day he cheated and left it in there. He knows and said he will do whatever it takes for me to trust him again. My husband and I are going to try to make it work. So far, I have seen so many changes. He seems to be more attentive and loving. When I talk to him, I feel like he hears me. I found out many things. Things like calling insurance companies for medical bills and cell phone company had been stressing him, so we have been tackling them together. I called the insurance to figure out the HSA account, and he tackled the AT&T phone reimbursement claim. He says that that's been helping relieve some stress. It also doesn't hurt that we have been very intimate again. I swear we have had more sex in this past month than we have had in the past 10 years. We are communicating so much more, and he says he's happy with our sex life, and I am very happy as well. I know sex doesn't solve things, but I feel like that was a big disconnect in our marriage. Before we would maybe have sex maybe 3 to 5 times a year, and now it's been every few days, 12 in the past month. I kept track. I love that I can put my hands all over him all the time, and he does the same with me. I feel like we are teenagers all over each other. I feel like in our old relationship we took each other for granted. Well, that relationship has died, and we are starting a new relationship together. We have started taking showers together almost every day, and it is amazing. So many things have changed, but I feel it had to for the better for our marriage to work. The old relationship kind of had to die and start anew. I hope this marriage works out for us. I suppose time will tell.